Well, his children seem loyal to him, which I got to give him credit for that. I mean, normally I think if somebody was, I don't want to believe it's all about their, their inheritance. I want to think that Trump's children are very loyal to him. That must say something for him. Because otherwise his kids could just vanish. Yeah. I mean, they certainly have the resources to put some money in their pocket and take off, and they don't really have to be. But they're fiercely loyal to him, so that has to matter for something. Yeah. But so I do recognize that about him. But in terms of his politics, no, there's really nothing I could say. I do think that people are, and I could be wrong, but I do think that people are growing, not so much weary of it, more they think it's funny, but they don't know if it's achieving any practical purposes. It's a satire that's not really leading to the effect you hope satire will have. Trump, some people would say to me very pointedly, how do you feel that you helped Trump get elected? You humanized him and you kind of trivialized him in a way that softened him to the public. And I didn't, that certainly wasn't the point. I mean, Trump was someone who, regardless of whether he was parodied or not, regardless of who did the parody and what was written, I thought Trump was someone who was completely disqualified to be the president. All these things were surfaced about his misogyny and women and things like that. And I thought, oh God, this is just, dust off the Air Force One for Hillary Clinton. And I thought there was just no way he could have won with all those things that were out there about him. But, it's a historic kind of, it's an historic about face, if you will, of public opinion, so it's interesting. I mean, I know I'm going to do a few more shows by the end of the year. They finish in May. Those guys are all dear friends of mine. Lauren is a dear friend of mine, and it's like going home when I'm there. I love them, and I love being there. But after this summer, I take the summer off with my family, and when I come back, there's just a whole host of other things I want to be doing. Okay. And it would be out of the question that I'd be available to do that, long term. No, I never think about that. I mean, there was a joke. I was with my assistant, and we went to, I said this on Kimmel, we went to Dean and DeLuca to get a cup of coffee down in Soho. Yeah. And we ran into Tony Kushner, the playwright, the famous playwright. And I saw Tony, I said, how are you? I turned to my assistant Casey, he said, is this your taster? Yeah. And I mean, he's a brilliant guy, he's very funny. But I do not have any fear whatsoever that something's gonna happen, my taxes are gonna get audited or that kind of thing. I don't really fear that. I mean, I think that Trump is someone who, no matter what we did, if we really had softened it, I mean, if you had someone do sketches where they exalted Trump, if the Fox News division had a comedy show, I mean, I know that that's incongruous, but if they had a comedy show and they just celebrated Trump in a humorous way, nonetheless, he wouldn't be happy. Yeah. I don't think Trump is happy with anything that's said about him in the modern world and media.